Hey boys and girls, welcome back to another VinnyVid Productions video. Hi, I'm Vinny and I will be your host. Today's video will be a pit stop scale model garage video. And it is, actually there'll be two videos, but they will be separate. The first one is going to be a group build that I was supposed to finish last year, but I never did. So that's going to be Box Stock Group Build 2025. And then the second one is going to be the current group build, Box Stock Group Build 2026. They will be separated by about 3 or 4 days, just so you guys can get used to seeing what's going on with each video. Anyhow, Link, I'm sorry about last year's. I was missing a part off the car I was building, and I was having problems with paint, so I just decided, you know, the heck with it, I put it in the box and put it back on the shelf. Then I said, you know what, I'm going to finish this car. I'm not going to let a model beat me. Anyhow, with all of that being said, let's get on with this video. We'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Toodles! This video is brought to you by Miniature Industries, unique products for your model railroad. These unique kits are available in N scale, HO, S, and O scale. For more information on these kits, visit his website, link will be in the description. And don't forget to use the code 15 at checkout for a 15% discount. Okay, boys and girls, welcome back to the bench. As you can see in front of you, this is the kit I chose for the Box Stock Group Build, otherwise known as Assemblers Unite. 66 Pontiac GTO. It's a Revell kit. I should back this out a little bit. Yeah, right there. And this. Sorry, guys. It's a Revell kit. It's Revell Muscle is what it says here. Plastic kit, age 12, level 4, blah, blah, blah. There's 114 parts in here. It's molded in white, and it's got water slide decalions. I kind of like this color combination, but I can't tell if it's all black throughout the whole body, top of the body, or if it's just a hood that's black, because I'd like to do it to silver and black. That would be cool. See, now this one here, they're just showing the car all one color. Tri-power, full exhaust system, red line tires, da-da-da, da-da-da. Let's open the box and see what we got. Okay, so I guess since the body is right there on top, we'll go ahead and do the body first. It's got raised letters back here for the GTO. I like that. That's going to look good with the lights behind there. That's going to look good. There's no door handle divots or locating, so that might be a problem. Okay. Now, I know there was a lot of people that were doing the 67 GTO that were having a lot of problems with fit. So, the first thing I did with this was I took the front grill assembly, which is this guy, and I put it in there, and that guy, he fits perfect. And that's what gives this GTO its recognizability is the front. Anyhow, okay, so the body looks good. Now we have our plastic And I do open this up for the simple reason that, let me see something here. I think this is the kit. The decals that they give you are pretty sweet. They give you the wood grain for the dashboard, and they also give you all the gauges. And I don't know what all these little guys are. I have to look at them with my magnifiers. But that is pretty cool. And these look like they are floor mats right here. Some Pontiac badges. GTO in black, GTO in white. And it's got these stripes. I don't know if I'll use them, but they are there if I want to. Okay, so guess we'll do the chrome tree next. Got two types of wheels on here. They call them custom and factory. I don't know which ones I'll use yet. I've been using a lot of these 5-spoke wheels. Maybe I'll just go with the stock wheels. Got a chrome steering wheel. That's not going to stay. I can't see a chrome steering wheel. Nice console. That looks really nice. Valve covers, carburetors, wipers, license plates, there's the door handles. But there's no, alright, whatever. Fan clutch. Alright. So, let's see. Our glass, which I won't take out. Here's our red line tires. Do I want to keep those? I don't know. We'll see. Alright, let's get on with this. Radiator, firewall, some suspension parts. There's the dashboard. And I think that wood grain in there is going to look really nice. I hope the decals are good. Steering shaft and gearbox, radiator, firewall. Interior stuff, some suspension stuff here. Rear differential here. Radiator, front seats, rear seats molded in to the floorboard. And here is the engine. Right there, oil pan, cylinder heads, floor or chassis, however you want to call it. Just stop putting these back in the box. The exhaust system is all one piece. That's cool. Here's my pedals, wheel backs, drive shaft, exhaust manifolds. Another signature of a Pontiac GTO is the hood. I always like the hoods on the Pontiacs. Door cards, back half or front half of the differential, water pump. Oh, differentials in 3 pieces. So you got the piece here, and then you got this piece, and then you got this piece. That's cool. Coil springs, A-arms. Here's the battery. Pulley assembly and belts, intake manifold. And then finally, we got the rear lights. So, this looks like it'll be a fun build. I don't know. I have a couple colors in mind for this build. I got a couple new MCW paints. Let me see. Let's put this. I showed you the decals. Here is the instructions. Typical Revell instructions where they give you the names of all the parts, which I really do like. Colors, warnings, and of course, what do you think is going to be the first thing they're going to do? Is the engine. This is box stock, so I have to use everything that's in the box. I cannot use any aftermarket stuff. So that means no wiring, factory distributor. Yeah, that's basically it. I can't do any wiring for the starter or the battery. So basically the only thing I need to worry about is the color. What color am I going to paint this guy? I'm just looking at stuff. There's obviously I didn't see them, but there's some shock absorbers in there. And I don't know what those are, but that's on the difference. Oh, those are probably what do they call those arms? Oh, lower rear arms. I can't think of the real name right now. Trailing arms. That's it. Lower trailing arms. Okay, boys and girls, welcome back to the bench. What you're looking at right now is a Pontiac 389 335 horsepower engine with 3 deuces. I finished this up while I was off camera. I added all the extras. The oil filter, the only orange I had was that Extreme, that Tesla's Extreme. And so I decided, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and paint that. I decided just to paint the oil pan in just the Tamiya chrome. And as you can see, all of the front is pretty much all done. The only thing left for me to do on this is all the coolant hoses. But as you can see, everything is stock. There is no aftermarket parts on here. Alright, now that that's done, what we need to do is continue on and get the chassis together, because I told you at the beginning of this we were going to do the engine and chassis and maybe get it standing up on all fours. I'm not sure yet. But anyhow, as you can see, what's in front of you now is all the parts for the front and rear suspensions and springs and trailing arms, and here's the differential covers and all of that stuff. We're going to put all of that together. The chassis has been painted. The under the masking tape is gunmetal, or light gunmetal I should say, and then this is all Tamiya gloss black. And I think when I take that apart, it's going to look really, really good. Anyhow, all of these are getting ready to be painted, and when we finish painting them, we'll be back and we'll start putting this stuff on the chassis. And let's see if we can get this chassis in working order. So we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, boys and girls, we have some more painting that has gotten completed. As you can see, I unmasked the chassis, and I think that looks really good, especially around this right here. I think I did a good job on tape. The only thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to paint the fuel tank. What I painted the coil springs with is this TS33. It's called Dull Red. And that looks like a pretty good rust color. If you guys want to rust something up, that looks like a pretty good color to use. But anyhow, I painted the coil springs in that color, just to give me a little bit more color in the chassis. These guys, the upper A-arms, the lower frame, and the differential will all get natural steel. Natural steel. And it'll be brushed on. So, without further ado, let me get rid of this stuff and get set up to paint this, and we'll be right back. Okay, boys and girls, welcome back to the bench. As I had stated at the beginning of this video, that I wanted to get this chassis and engine complete, and I had a little bonus with actually getting the wheels, getting it standing up on all fours. And yeah, let's take a look at the engine right here in the back, and I don't know why they said to mount the coil back there, but that's where I put it. Coils here, factory distributor. I like this kit because it had quite a bit of detail, especially on the front and rear suspensions. Like these upper 8 arms, they were separate. The sway bar, the coil springs. So far, everything has gone together the way it's supposed to, and I am really amazed at the way they actually designed this to look like the way the actual one-to-one would look. I just want to make sure that you guys see that the red line tires are on the inside, so these are still the factory wheels. Again, the only thing I did not do on the rear suspension is the rear shocks. Those will be going in here shortly. I still have to paint the fuel tank, but everything else lines up perfectly. Everything is cool. I just the upper trailing arms are separate pieces that you have to put on there, and you have to put the entire differential assembly together before you put it into the chassis, so you can adjust everything as you put it in. I used, for the most part, this glue because it had a longer setting up time, so I'm able to move stuff around. That's how I was able to get these lower arms in here. Yeah, you can see that pretty good, like right there. I was able to get those in. This guy is loose. I gotta glue him again. And it's funny because the only mounting points they give you for the exhaust is one here and one back here, and that's it. Anyhow, as an extra bonus in this video, I actually started to prepare. Let's see. Let's turn this way. There we go. I'm getting the body ready for paint. As you can see, it's in primer. I did knock down the edges on the rear quarter panel and also on the front fenders. Tamiya light gray fine surface primer is what I used on here. Okay, boys and girls, welcome back to the bench. We're on our way on the downhill side of this build. We should have it finished in the next couple of video clips, so stay tuned. But anyhow, as you can see, the only two parts I have left for the engine right here are the two coolant hoses, upper and lower radiator hose. I'll put those on after the chassis and everything is married together. Front grille. They're still drying, and I did the parking lights in transparent orange. I'll put these guys right in the trunk of this car. Move that over there. All right, let's move on to the interior. Now, the reason why I put this car, one of the reasons why I put this car on the back burner for a while is because I was missing the firewall. I don't know what happened to it. And then I started having problems with paint, and I said, you know what? I'm getting frustrated with this car, so I put it back in the box and put it on the shelf. And then I said, okay, well, I'm doing the 2026 box stock build. Why don't I finish the 2025? So here's the 2025 group build. And I mentioned in the intro on this video that there was a lot of decals that went into the interior. And I don't know if you can see, oh yeah, there you go. You can see that instrument cluster really good. I think I mentioned there was a whole bunch of decals that went in here, and every one of them went in here. I did the window cranks and door handle with chrome, and I did the knobs with black, just a touch of black on there. I did the shift the ball in black, and I did those floor mats that I showed you with the decals. Those are pretty cool. So anyhow, the interior is finished. The chassis is finished. That only leaves one thing, the body. What I'm going to do now, the body is in color. I'm happy with the paint. The paint looks really good. Most of the stuff has been installed on the body. I am going to go ahead and put the decals on and put the rest of the car together and then show you a finished model. So stay tuned and we will be back shortly. Okay, boys and girls, welcome back to the bench. What you're looking at now is a Revell 1966 Pontiac GTO from the Revell Muscle collection, I guess it is. And the kit, very, very nice kit to do. Everything lined up, everything worked the way it's supposed to, except for my screw-ups. I had a couple of screw-ups on there. I'm not going to take care of them now. I don't think I can take care of them, especially for one that I'll show you here in a minute. Anyhow, with all that being said, let's take this box away and let's see what we got. Here you go. 1966 Pontiac GTO. Painted with Krylon Chili Red, I think is what it's called. Now let me show you one of my mistakes. I put the side mirror, outside side mirror, in the wrong place. It should have been up a little bit higher. Let's see, let me back this up a minute. The other way, Vincent. There you go. Now, it looks like he's got a black eye. Okay, when I was putting the grill in, I had it in there nice and pretty and everything like that, but it started to move down on this side, so I went to move it up, and I was pushing against it, but meanwhile I had glue on my finger, and it really got stuck into this, and when I peeled it off, I had a black eye there. Maybe I'll change that, maybe I won't. I also got the glue on the side of the bumper and stuff like that. But other than that, the decals, they kind of fell apart on me. One side has decals, the other side did not. Let me see, let's go the other way. A little faster. This side here, I'll take the hood away. You can see the GTO back here and the GTO logo down here, and also on the trunk deck the GTO worked out really nice. But when I got to this side, the back one, as you can see, fell apart, and this one here just folded up on itself. I just could not get it to unfold. Let's take a look at the engine. Let's move this over a little bit. Now the paint is not 100%, I agree with that, but here's my engine compartment. Everything is box stock. Battery, I detailed the battery out. The water bottle is down there. I detailed that out by making it look like there's a little fluid in there. You can see that down in there. The stance is perfect. I like the way it is. I showed you guys the interior link. I really appreciate you doing this group build, and there'll be a second one coming up here in 3 or 4 days, maybe about a week or so. But I just want to give this one a little bit of time on YouTube. Anyhow, hope you guys and gals enjoyed this video. And as always, your questions, comments, input, subs, shares, and likes are always welcome. For now, that's all, folks. VinnyVid Productions out for now. Toodles! my black eye GTO. Maybe one of these days I'll find the lens for it and replace that. But other than that, thanks guys. Talk to you later. Bye.